Hey everyone, Shawn Clement here from the Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center on location at the Durham Golf Center near my house. And it's Sunday morning, nice and quiet, and I'm here to get you guys a little video. I hope the wind is not too bad this morning, so let's get to it. This one is really important because so often you hear somebody say, yeah, my practice swings are great, but then when the ball is in the way, then everything changes. And so many of you have this conundrum, right? Because you can't be two places at once. So we want to go to the target, yes, and that's what we're all about here at Wisdom in Golf, because this is what activates the proper sequencing in your swing. If you don't swing to the target, then your weight won't shift, your body won't clear. Go back to that lovely skipping the stone. So if I'm skipping a stone on a pond right there, well, right away that weight's going to go to the front foot so I don't twist an ankle or break a leg, because if I break a leg 2,000 years ago, I'm a dead person. So your self-preservation system is going to put something down so you don't twist an ankle or break a leg, and then we're going to use the ground to remove your body out of the way so we have access there to the target. Because your shoulders only have 20 degrees of range. If I try to throw a ball that way and I don't move my body, well, I'm going to hit myself. The ball's going to go that way, not that way. So you have to go to a target. And that's the only way that you can save your swing. Now, if the ball is a concern, you cancel your trip. So how do we get past the ball? Now, for Dave, we had a fantastic session with Dave this week, and for him, it was all about the dandelion stem slash. But we really had to slash through deeply, okay? So we have a sword, we have a bamboo shoot growing out of the ground. We're going to slash the sword through that shoot. The beginning of the cut is here, the end of the cut is there, and then you're going to have a release of the anatomy. So when you take the club in your hands, put it, right near the bottom of the shaft, not on the club head because you won't feel anything from there, but right at the bottom of the shaft, give it a good slash. Notice my speed was out there. Beginning of cut, end of cut, peak speed. So you'll hear, some scientific bodies say, well, we've measured with accelerometers that the peak speed is at the bottom. Well, yeah, if they're hitting a golf ball, that golf ball's 2,000 to 3,000 pounds in the making as far as pressure on the club face, okay? So if the ball grass ground is in the way, yes, peak speed's going to be just before impact. But if there's no golf ball there, peak speed is out here, and that's where your brain needs to be, is out here. That can never be your target, because if I'm throwing my stone at the ball, well, why would I have to shift my weight over there and clear my body that way? There's my target. If I want to do that with a lot more intensity, then it's going to look like that. There it is, your over-the-top swing. You didn't do anything wrong in your over-the-top swing. You just weren't focused where you needed to be, is out there. But if I have a dandelion stem, well, when the brain sees something to cut, so if I have a T right here, I see the stem of this dandelion, so I'm going to give this swing a nice zip through that cut. My brain sees that little T and says, there's no way that T is going to stop us. So I know there's going to be a lot of momentum going out that way. So because it ain't stopping me, notice how there's a continuous action way out here. Well, that's beautiful. So if you see a dandelion stem beneath the ball, so let's say I'm going towards the 150 marker here. So right in between these two markers there, and just to the left of that one here, so there's my line. I'm going to go a little left of that and fade it back to it. So I'm setting up club in the center, ball just forward of the club. And I'm going to see my dandelion stem. So you can put your eyes in a lot of different places here. You could put it just inside the ball there in the grass, behind the ball in the grass. However, what you see when your eyes are on the grass between the club and the ball is the blade, the sole of the club, ready to cut through that stem. Okay, that's really important. Or your eyes can be out here in front of the ball, or on the other side of the ball there. So put them on the grass and not on the ball, and that'll start the brain going into a different process. And then we're going to feel the weight of the sword, and we're going to zip that sword through that dandelion stem, left edge, on that the right edge of that left divot. Here we go. Well, that was perfect. So, first swing of the morning, and that felt right through, had the perfect divot, caught the ball first, and that felt like the peak speed was there and not there. Now, another visual that's very helpful to get you through the golf ball and toward the target, feeling that cut with the dandelion stem, is use 2 tees. So you start off and you'll see one of my videos entitled Early Extension Shawn Clement, okay? So we use these 2 tees to stay down and through, right? So you got ground, grass growing out of the ground, ball sitting on top of the grass, you looking at ball. Well, you have to come up to hit the ball. You have to stay down to cut the dandelion stem, you see? So whatever the brain sees, the body now can react to that. If you don't see what you need to see, then your body can't perform the task. So it's really important that you see what you need to see. So I put 2 tees down here, and I want to feel that I have enough the wherewithal as far as my positioning of the tees. If I do this, I feel like I can't access the front tee. If I do this, I feel like I can't access the back tee. So I want to feel like I'm in a position to access both. So basically starts from the center forward, and now I'm going to feel that nice whipping cut through both tees. Gather and cut through both. Notice how both tees came out beautifully. Well, in order to get through the second tee, you know, when you're cutting a dandelion stem, you don't just cut one stem, you actually cut a section of grass out. So for those of you who tend to chili dip your chips and you're trying to lift your chip shots, well, use that 2T scenario and keep the club along the ground on the way through. You won't double hit your shots, or you won't flip it up in the air. So you place a ball on the grass, put another tee in front of the ball, and feel like you're going to cut through both items. So I got a tee here, I'm going to put my ball there. I see in my mind, so I'm going to go right over that tee, and that's a great way to line yourself up if you want to send your momentum. I'm going to go to the 200-yard marker, which is right in line with that tee, and I want to feel now that I can access both tees with this cut. So I'm going to cut through. I see the dandelion stem, my eyes are on the ground, I see both tees in my mind, and I'm going to feel a nice whipping cut through both items. So came through the first item beautifully and just nicked the tip of this tee on the way through. Fantastic. Had great contact with that. So let's do that again. That was good. There we go. The ground is just a smidge firm. So nice whip right through there. Nice zippy cut through that tip of the tee. Fantastic. Another shot right down the middle, right on the 200-yard marker. Okay? So give that a try. Feel that nice zippiness through that cut. And for many of you, you don't really need to be particular about what's down here. For many of you, you don't like keeping your focus down there. You prefer to have your focus out there. Well, if you focus out there, that's great. Just don't ever give this a second thought. Ever. So you just want to predict that this is going to be in the way of you swinging out there. Simple as that. So if I line up to the 200-yard marker, right there, I'm going to play a little draw to the right edge of that. So I want to feel like I'm throwing my sword or throwing my club out toward that 200-yard marker, just to the right of it for my draw. So I'm actually feeling, if you look at my throwing the club video, I'm feeling that, okay? So I'm throwing the club out there, right edge of the strip here. So right now, my mind sees that 200-yard marker out there, and my eyes are right on the ball, but it's all blurry down here. I feel that when I throw the club out there toward the target, or to the right edge of it, everything's in order. Nope, I won't. I'm going to whiff it if I throw it out there. I'm going to top it if I throw it out there. Yeah, that feels like I'm going to flush it if I throw it out there. Well, let's throw it out there then. So brain out there. So look at ball on a string, Shawn Clement. Predict solid contact, Shawn Clement. Okay? So let's throw it out there. Fantastic. So that felt like a really brilliant throw, breezed right through contact. That was probably the flushest contact this morning. And it breezed right through that little center strip. So let's try that again. Yes, that's 200. I'm going to throw it right there at the 150 marker, just to the right of the 200-yard marker. Here we go. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Here it comes, landing between the two, bumping toward the 200. I can't do it any better than that. So enjoy that video. It's fantastic fun, and we'll see you in the next one.